What's up, guys? So today we're gonna do an honest review on the Market Watch app, which is a TD Ameritrade app, online web tool that's a news charting platform, and this is something that I found really interesting about it, called the Virtual Stock Exchange. And so basically, what that is like you can create a game, and you can see how other people are creating games with their own interns or stock pick game. And basically it's just a virtual trading platform. It's like zero risk. You create the starting. If you go to create game here, you can create the starting balance that you want your traders to start out with, so that you can track their portfolios and see what returns they give. But after using it with my beginner class, I want to give an honest review here, and I want to say that it is pretty terrible. That's just being honest, because it is very buggy. And so it has a delay feature, whereas that it has real-time data and real-time charts, but the charts are a little delayed by maybe 20 minutes, and it's actually really buggy. When we pull it up and you see a certain price and you buy at that price, it actually ends up giving you like a whole different price, which I don't feel like is a good reflection of, if someone is learning, they should be rewarded accordingly, which can be hard with a buggy online app. I see a lot of people get a little discouraged, but I'm glad you guys are still willing to learn. That's just my honest review. But so here's what I recommend if you guys are trying to learn with not a whole lot of risk. Here you go. So it's basically, find a chart, any chart that you want. Let's say like we're using Gush here. Yeah. And so learn how to draw support and resistance lines, learn how to read the indicators, and that way you can make your predictions on, that way you can make your predictions on, where you think price movement will go, and learn how to read charts and look at trends, because it helps to know, like, one of the first things you might want to learn ever if you're thinking about picking up day trading is how to look at trends and predict price movement. Now when I say predict, let me expand on what I mean by predicting. So how a weatherman predicts the weather, sometimes he will be off, but the thing is that most of the time they are right. And you want to get to a point where most of the time you're right, because the truth is there's no real way to predict like where let's look at my support and resistance here. It's a good support and resistance that usually gets followed, right? Let's see, like a tip up, and then down, right? But if you believe in breakouts over here and then new support and resistances, you know that the stock market is hard to predict. But if you know how to manage your risk, which is one of the most important things, that it's probably the most important skill that you have to learn in the stock market and able to win, is risk management. And of course we do use indicators that do help us make our own predictions and confirmation about a stock, which really do help. That's why I do use indicators. And but the thing is, like, determining price movement, like where see, I have a really good support and resistance drawn right here, and then maybe sometimes it doesn't go all the way up, you see. So as long as you're just managing your risk and developing your own trading strategies, there's where you're going to learn how, with zero risk. It's like, okay, and now I'll show you how. So basically, in the day, say like you're seeing this graph here, and you're saying, okay, I think it's gonna go up to $6.25 at this resistance, and so that's where I want to sell off. Now you can do this in real life on Robinhood called a limit order and a stop loss. So and then once you do a limit order, it's basically like you can tell your broker, like Robinhood, when you want to buy a stock, and then you can do a limit sell, which is where you tell your broker where you want to sell. And those are really helpful because they help take out the emotion part of, you know, like looking at the stock. It's like, oh no, it's going down. What's going on? It's just, and then a stop loss. Um, for beginners, if you're not using a stop loss, you're already failing. A stop loss basically is like where you put an amount of the price, how how much you're willing to lose until you just want to sell out, and it's good. That way you don't have to be looking at the charts all day and go crazy and stressed like, oh my gosh, because if you're looking at this just for the whole day, you're gonna be pretty stressed. So just find a way to make it simple for yourself as a beginner. See if you can predict like the weatherman. Sometimes you'll be wrong, but the thing is you have to manage your risk. So predict where the stock is going to go, how much times you're right, if you're good at looking at trends. And yeah, I'm going to make a next video on risk management, trading plan, all that. Yeah. All right. Well, see you. Thanks for listening to my Market Watch review and how you guys can start practicing with zero risk. All right.